Okay, hello everybody. You should be able to see this. I'm trying to record the game that I was talking about on the Discord channel. Basically, this is where thoughts go. As you can see, it's this gigantic logo right here. I've already done everything, but I think I'll just go through the levels so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So this is a virtual reality game. You got stuff all over the place. Now, it's not necessarily a game. I can't really do air quotes here. A game, per se. But it's like an experience with other people, but not all at the same time. So you go over here and you touch the thing, and then you go to the first place, which is the prologue. Ta-da! Now, I don't think that most of you have VR headsets, so that's why I thought I would show it to you. Also, I'm using the headset itself to record me talking because it has a built-in mic, so if the quality is not great, that's just how it is. I just want to do it like this. Okay, so this is the prologue. Nothing much going on here. But we've got this guy. If we touch him... Ooh. We're in like a cave. Lot of noise. Either way, it says here, what was your childhood dream and why? And then you can touch any one of these and they'll start talking. And that's the whole thing.
When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a professional baseball player. One of my favorite players growing up was Craig Biggio, and he actually went to my high school. And we hear stories about him, and my coach would always tell us what was on his scouting report was a first one on the field, first one off the field, first one to get his uniform dirty. And so I always took that to heart with anything I did. I just tried to work hard and hustle my butt off, and I just always loved baseball. So yeah, that was my childhood dream growing up. I wanted to be the natural. Robert Redford, Roy Hobbs, Wonder Boy, that was me.
And then when they're done talking, they float up and join everything up there. So basically you can listen to all of these if you wanted to do that. You can click on just a few. If you haven't played this level yet, then I don't think you're going to see this little thing here. But I might want to go there in a moment. Or you could use these to record your own message if you wanted to do that. Just can't do that right now, apparently. Because I already did one. I wonder if I could find mine, if it's in here somewhere.
I actually wanted to be a rock star for some reason.
It's not me, that's for sure.
I just love the fame, the popularity, and I always wanted to sing.
My childhood dream was looking at people like Batman and Superman, superheroes who tried to help people and be just like them. I know I didn't come from much, from a humble beginning, so it gave me a very grounded path in order to try to see people who needed help and try to help them. So initially I wanted to be a firefighter because I knew that way I could impact people's lives by getting them out of harm's way. But using technology, I've been able to do a lot for people who don't have much. So my childhood dream was to help people. I knew I always wanted to do it. I'm just not quite sure how I came to this point, but it was a realization of technology unlocks the ability to really help people.
As you can hear, some are louder than others. The audio is not really normalized, so you can occasionally get a super loud one, and then if you want to stop from playing, you can just tap it again, and then it'll stop. Let me demonstrate that real quick. You can punch it or tap it, just tap another one, and they start talking.
When I was a kid, I really wanted to be a neurosurgeon because I had heard about Ben Carson and read his books and thought that was a really, really cool thing, especially as a black kid, seeing what he did. Now my thoughts are completely different on Ben Carson, of course, but at the time I was all about it. And then I got a Commodore 64, and after I touched my first computer, that dream was out the window.
You can, of course, come really close if you wanted to do that. So you would approach and hold both indexes to record a response in order to continue, but I've already played this level. I don't want to put extra responses in here. Can I just go back to that one? There we go. Very good. Let's just go on to the next one and check all the questions, all the different areas. So yeah, the music can sometimes be very overpowering, so I don't know if you always heard me when I was trying to tell you something, because sometimes it's super loud and I don't know why. Maybe they think that that'll heighten the experience or something. So that was a prologue. Let's take a look at chapter 1. Every chapter has its own environment and its own questions. Ooh, we don't see much yet. Very misty, but then we tap the U. This looks like the first one, doesn't it? That's the same one, sorry. I thought that was a different one, the prologue and chapter 1. Apparently it's the same thing. Alright, then we move straight on to chapter 2. I'm not going to repeat stuff. Ooh. These guys. Oh, that's right, this one. This one I thought was kind of daunting, standing here with these gigantic pillars, which of course is a little difficult to see the exact size that they are compared to you if you're not wearing a VR headset. We can't go there, unfortunately. Okay, so here we have a nice pit of despair with some very large monoliths. Let's see this one's question. Chapter 2, here they come. I'll just play a few, and maybe I'll see mine as well, because you can't tell which one is yours. One of these should be mine, I think. Who did you first fall in love? Oh, why? Let's see, why?
I first fell in love with the girl I later married, but we started out and we lived 4 hours apart. So we wrote long and lengthy letters, and with each letter I could feel myself falling a little bit more in love. I only saw her a couple times a month, and you know, each letter as I looked in the mailbox was something really special as I saw that day.
And then the music gets super loud again. Hope you can hear me. Okay, I'll play like 2 more and then we go on to the next, otherwise it's gonna get deaf.
So when I first fell in love is when I was in kindergarten.
Oh, that's early.
I don't remember the name, but she was really cute for me, and I think she also liked me. And we just hung out at the kindergarten, and yeah, I really have a good memories.
Oh, that's short but sweet. Here we go.
The first time I fell in love, I was 5 years old, and I fell in love with the cartoon character He-Man.
Okay.
I think I fell in love with him because he was just there, and he was strong, and he was the hero, and everything that a perfect someone should be. Obviously, this love was unrequited, but I still remember it.
That was loud. But okay, she fell in love with He-Man. This was chapter 2, remember that? We're gonna go take a look at chapter 3 in a moment. Chapter 1. What do we get here? First of all, darkness. Ooh, purple forest. Ooh, pretty. I guess we're at the end of the river or something, because it's just a little pool with a cave ahead. Chapter 3. Here come the letters. Woo. If you could give your past self a piece of advice, what would it be?
You don't have to be sure of what you want to do with the rest of your life when you're 18, and what you choose as your major does not determine at all how are you going to spend the rest of your life.
I particularly like this type of game because it's always interesting to hear what other people think. You can also learn from that. It's getting very busy on this side. Let me grab you.
If I could give myself any advice, I would tell myself, my younger self, to be the embodiment of gratitude and gratefulness. And when that is there for every experience that you've had, only then will you truly experience the bliss that you are searching for.
Alright, let's grab this one in the back.
If I could go back and give myself advice, it would be to move on from situations that weren't working more quickly and not spend as much time trying to make them work. Because I was nervous about what would come next and what would happen if it didn't work. So I guess in essence, just be bolder.
Now you could listen to all of these obviously if you wanted, but I'm just going to quickly show you all the different places. That's why I'm only playing 3 at a time. You can also just kind of push them around a bit. They will eventually come back down, so you don't have to worry about losing them. See, they come back. You can still listen to them even if they got in the way. This was chapter 3. Let's go for chapter 4. Whoopsie. Now we're in a valley where apparently it is night. Ooh. There's a walk bridge over there towards a cave. Very dark and gloomy. Let's see. Wake up. Chapter 4. Describe someone you miss. You.
I miss someone who I've never met. I miss my soulmate. I miss being deeply connected. I miss love. I also miss my mom.
Some of these are definitely going to be very emotional. They go rolling into the cave, I imagine. Let's try you. Oh no, to just stay right there, okay.
I miss my dad.
Hi.
He has not passed away, but since I started college, we drifted apart. And I just wish seeing him all the time.
That's it. You don't have to be long. You were in my face earlier.
I miss my dad.
Oh. Short but sweet. Let's do another one because it's kind of slow or fast, I should say.
I miss one of my best friends who I lost tragically. He was one of the funniest people I've ever met, one of the most optimistic. Was always there to try to pick you up when you're having a bad day. And to see someone like that leave so soon and at such a young age, it really made me understand the meaning of missing somebody that you had there, throughout good times and bad. So rest in peace, my friend. I miss you.
Alright, let's go back. Mostly because the music is deafening over here. That was number 4, we got number 5, and then we got a few extra areas in the back that we, it's very dark here, hello. That we can also take a look at, the extra questions. Ooh. I think this is very interesting. I think this was my favorite. La la la, a lot of text first of all. If you were going to die next year, what would you do differently? These are always interesting answers. Let's listen to you.
If I were to die next year, I would try to have a child now so that I wouldn't leave my husband alone and so that a piece of me would live on.
Alright, would it just disappear after that? What about you?
I would live for myself. We often feel like we have something to prove to so many different people, whether it be our boss, our parents, our friends, or our God, anybody. We're always living for someone else and never living just solely for ourselves, just completely selfishly. And I think that if I only had a year left, that's exactly what I would do. I would live life 100% on my own terms and say to hell with how I was perceived or how it looked in the eyes of others.
Okay. One more. Let's do you.
If I was gonna die next year, I would say I love you to everyone that is in my life whenever I see them. Instead of saying bye, I would say, I love you. And give them a big hug, a big smile. Also, an interesting thing is, there was one year, the last year I was living at home, my mom said to me, treat this year as if you had 1 year to live. And what I did was paint, make so much art, make so many inspirational videos, and really leave a legacy of inspiration and creativity behind. And I think if I truly had 1 year, it would be a very similar thing. I would just create things that could inspire people.
Alright. So there's lots of answers to that. So most people say they'll quit their job and only do fun things, which I think would be a nice thing to do. And of course, if you, I don't know, were so inclined, you could try to get some advice from that to plan out your own life, obviously. So that's also a nice reason to be doing this type of thing. We got a few extras here. This is just a making of, not super interesting. The unsaid. Talk to those you've lost. Reflect on your year. And share gratitude. Let's go for you first. I think the thing is going to be in this. There he is. So we got this weird cave situation. Creepy. That's pretty creepy right there. It doesn't actually do anything, so you don't have to be afraid of that. But it was kind of unnerving when I first saw that. But okay, let's get started. Memorial. Ooh, this one's right in my face. Think of someone you've lost. What do you wish you could tell them? What do you wish you could tell them?
I would tell my first partner that passed away that I am eternally grateful for him showing me how to be myself and to trust myself and have the confidence that I have now. Because before him, I did not have that.
Okay. So okay, swooping in.
I wish I could tell them that I love them and that I miss them. And I wish I had more time with them.
Okay. What about you? Let me turn around. Hang on.
If I could tell someone I've lost something, I would tell my dad. I would tell my dad I love you, and I'm sorry for not telling you that. Every time we spoke, I just wish I'd said it more. I love you, Dad.
Alright. So this is, of course, a slightly depressing room, but still can be very nice experiences. Stories that you don't normally hear, particularly now we're mostly at home anyway. Well, let's reflect on our year. Or reflect on other people's years, because that's what we're doing. Look at this. Got a forest here. Cabin has seen better days. And so has this tree over here. Let's see. Oop, don't move too quickly. Reflection. Describe an event that changed you this year. Wow, noisy piano.
I experienced a professional betrayal this year. Someone that took my investment and used it against me. And it knocked my confidence, but it made me realize that most of my self-esteem was entirely a function of what others thought of me. And that wasn't sustainable, that isn't sustainable. So next year I want to build a much more resilient but humble foundation of self-esteem that I can stand on my work and life going forward.
Okay. You?
Moved back to Australia early this year, and yeah, I found it difficult to reconnect with a lot of the folks I know back here from 8 years ago. So yeah, just realizing that I need to establish more deeper connections for next year.
New Year's resolution, let's listen to you.
One of the events that really changed my life this year was going to Oculus Connect and having a hobby, something that I've done for the past few years, really legitimized in the presence of others. Having so many people come up to me and really understand who I am and what I do, and thanking me for things that I would do anyway. It was truly a life-changing event for me, and something that I'll look back on in the years to come.
Alright, there he goes. Up into the blue sky where it apparently is snowing. Okay. Last one. We've got the Thankful. I don't know where my wall is. I think my wall is over there somewhere, so I gotta be careful with extending my arm too far. Look at this place. Alright. The Grateful. Share something you are grateful for in your life. You.
I'm grateful for all of the people in my life that provided support when I really didn't feel like I deserved any.
Aww, slightly sad one. This one.
Hi. I'm going to tell you a quick story of something about Thanksgiving.
Okay.
My son was 5 years old at the time, and he was in elementary school, and they were celebrating Thanksgiving. And the teacher was asking everybody, what are you thankful for? And my son was not having a good day, and he ended up starting to cry and was not very happy, and he said, I'm thankful for nothing. Anyways, he came home and we heard the story and we thought it was funny. But I know for sure he was thankful for many things.
Sometimes these are just bad. Let's go for you.
I'm grateful for my life, for every good, every bad thing that's happened to me. It led me to the place I'm at today. I wouldn't trade the place I'm at right here and right now for anything in the world. It's this extreme gratitude for every good and every bad thing that's happened to me. It has given me the happiness that I have today. My friends, my family, my experiences. And virtual reality has been pretty fun too. I am grateful for that.
Ooh, leaf came flying by. So I'm gonna call it here. Now you see what I was talking about, where thoughts go. It's very interesting. It's not like a hoo-ha doing stuff with your hands game. It's just like listening to other people's experiences and sharing your own, which can be very fun. Also interesting to reflect on your own stuff. I'm kind of doing the outro here because it's nice and quiet, rather than earlier with the super loud and jarring piano music. I can't touch the leaf, that's unfortunate. Can't really interact with the environment, sadly. But yeah, if you ever get a VR headset and you like listening to other people's experiences, I would definitely recommend this game, because it's kind of, it's actually kind of cheap right now. I think it was like $8 or something. And it's really worth it. At least I really found it very interesting to listen to other people's experiences. And like I said in the one for like if you had a year to live, what would you do? You can get some very interesting ideas, like what you might be able to change in your current life as well. Like, hey, maybe I should spend more time doing creative stuff or whatever. I could possibly work a little less, maybe, or I could try to find something that I really like. Like, a lot of people put that stuff off until it's too late. And if you play a game like this and you hear other people's struggles and things that they're thinking about, and realize that basically they're all thinking about the same stuff, really, then perhaps you can make changes so you don't have so much to regret in the future. So that is the game. Hope you enjoyed the little walkthrough. And maybe if you get a headset at some point, you can go do it yourself. Apparently it's midnight. I'll see you in another vlog or video. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.